Hey y'all, welcome back to Oh No Adventures. During the month of May, Bill and Deb from Cottywampus Overland hosted a Patreon ride. We were invited to show up a couple of days before the rest of the Patreons so that we could test run the trails that Bill had mapped out for the actual Patreon ride itself. We were in the Warwoman Wildlife Management Area, which is just west of Clayton, Georgia. Deb had sent me a couple of campsites to choose from because we were going to be getting there before them, but I couldn't get them to download properly in my Gaia, and of course there was no cell phone service, so we didn't unpack much. We sort of just sat and waited for them to show up, but we did go walk around and sightsee just a little bit. And Savannah got to test out their new chairs. Once Bill and Deb got there, we found out we were indeed in the wrong spot, so we packed everything up and we moved up the road about a half a mile. Now that we were in the right location to camp for the night, we unpacked and we got ready to cook dinner. We told Bill and Deb that we would cook dinner that night, so we started marinating some steaks before we even left home. Although they're better cooked over an open fire, anything cooked at camp is better than anything cooked at home. After dinner, we sat around the fire pit and had some good conversation, and then we got a good night's sleep. It was now time to get up, fix breakfast, and then hit the trails. Bill, Deb, and Aspen were still sleeping. After a hearty breakfast, it was time to pack up and go do our test run. had done part of the Georgia Traverse in March and then went back in April and finished it, and hardly anything was in bloom and nothing was really green yet. So coming back in May and seeing all this greenery was just gorgeous. Bill said that the trees that were in bloom now were mountain laurels, and they had a gorgeous white and pink flower.
Creek on the Forest Service Road 86B, there's a large area where you can pull off and you can camp, or you can stop and have a picnic, lunch, or just get out and sightsee. We got out to stretch our legs and sightsee a little bit, and Bill walked us down and showed us this man-made log jam that was in the creek. We weren't back on the trail very long before we came across this down tree, but it didn't take the guys very long to get it cut and out of our way. For the Patreon camp out, Bill and Deb had reserved the whole Willis Knob horse camp. But Bill decided that we would stay there the night before also. After running most of the trails that he had mapped out for the Patreon ride, we went to camp, dropped our trailer off, and then went back out and finished them up. After finishing all the test runs, we headed back to the horse camp so we could set up our campsites and relax for the rest of the night. After eating a delicious meal cooked by Deb, we sat around again and had some wonderful conversation, and then got ready to go to bed. The next morning we would be getting up and hitting Sarah's Creek Road and Earl's Ford Road. And as always, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already.
Oh, no, no, no.